Hi everybody, it's me. It's Friday, November 9th, and we got some business to be talking. First of all, anybody involved in the fires in Northern California and Southern California, I send my prayers and best wishes. You know, remember I was in Malibu not too long ago visiting my friend at Paradise Cove, him and his wife, and she just sent me a picture of the fires right on top of Paradise Cove, but they had just moved last week. They just sold their place and bought in near San Diego. So, but a lot of their friends are there, and it's very sad. So blessings, just as long as everybody gets out safely. You know, I know when the fire was near me, I could see it. And I had just bought the house, just dropped a lot of money fixing it. And I just told universe, you know what, as long as I have my family, my dogs, some photos, and my medication, I didn't even pack clothes, really. I mean, I can get a petite size anywhere. Okay, just had to throw that in. Okay, so prayers, you guys. The collective consciousness helps people to it really can change things. I can't begin to tell you. Part of the reason a lot of this Trump stuff isn't going like it should is because we're very upset, you know, so we're energetically boom, 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 boom. But what I want to tell you is there's a little secret to being in a no mind and just being present, is that it actually creates like a energy line to the other side where things come a lot easier. That's been my experience, okay? All right, we got some things to talk about. Thank you to all my friends that wrote me. One person said I was 70% correct on calling what I did. The other person said 80, but they said this before all the new stuff started coming in. People like I had said Senegal would win, and she didn't, or you guys thought she didn't, but now she's winning. So some of my predictions are coming true as we speak. Also, there is a couple of issues that I want to bring up. First of all, Beto. I saw success with Beto. I saw him standing doing a victory with his hands. But do you remember the last reading that I did on Beto? If you look at it again, I was minding my own business. I think I was here. And I said, oh, you know what? If something happens and he doesn't win, because I knew he wasn't going to run for president if he won. He said so. And I felt that. But remember I said if I felt like they showed me, my energy showed me, he might run for president. Like, if he doesn't win, he would run for president. So it was like, whoa. So I feel good news about him, but I was dead wrong on O'Connor. I kept feeling O'Connor winning. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know if O'Connor has a great future. Sometimes I have to be very careful how I ask. Because generally, like I have friends in the police academy. Yeah, I see you being a police officer and they fail. and they get all upset. I said, well, if I see it, it's going to happen. I don't know when. And it does. Sometimes it takes a couple of years, but it does. Okay. So, okay. Well, we got business. We got business. Okay. Let me look at Beto again, just because. Oh, I love, and then we're going to look at Florida. We're going to look at Matt Whitaker. Now, listen, I don't know if you guys know, but the federal appellate court is listened today to Mueller and I guess Roger Stone's attorney, who was trying to act like they have no power here. And they brought up the fact that Whitaker, what's the difference between him and Rosenstein? That the fact that the president had jumped over and given, you know, and they want a 15-page summary from both sides. So that's interesting that they went there. But anyway, we'll look at that in a minute. First, I want to look at Beto. Beto. I still see, but I've been telling you for years, and we're just now finding out he is going to run for president. Swalwell, Eric Swalwell, there was something about him that was pretty significant. But okay, let's go, you guys. Beto. 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 Okay. Beto. Tell me about your future. Tell me about your future. Okay, here we go. Yeah, he has success. You don't think they're going to go back and find some stuff? Because I wanted to tell you, I had a flash that they're going to find some illegal activities taking place. But I was feeling more Florida and Georgia, especially Georgia. Yeah, he's just crashing, you guys. He's like, oh, man. Okay, so he's going to... I don't think it's now. I think he did lose. But I see money coming in and people saying, go for it. Okay, well, let's just ask this real quick. Because he has a lot of success in his future. Will Beto run in 2020 for President of the United States and win? I might have read on this before, and I don't know if I got him, but let me look. Will Beto run for 2020 and win? Yes or no? Well, the whole family, I mean, see his wife is exhausted. They're exhausted. They're just wanting to veg. I don't even think he's watching the news. I think they're just vegging out. Will he run for 2020 and will he win? Yes or no? 6 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, a place of high position. Actually, it's another man's going to win. It's not Beto. He may try and not win, but I do see perhaps he'll be placed in something within the government. But at least for 2020, it's not showing. Doesn't mean he doesn't try later. So it's not showing it. I don't know. It's just not showing it. I have to go with what they say, you guys. Okay, so now let's look at Kemp. Now listen, I was looking at him the other day, well, as best as I could see, because I was throwing my ice cream chocolate pie into the TV, so it kind of smeared it, but I was looking at him and I could feel such a burden energetically. Did you notice his face? Maybe he's drinking or something. His face is kind of swelled up. But it's not for me to judge him, but I will tell you, I was flashing on handcuffs. So I can't help but wonder if there's something so underhanded he's going to be in huge trouble. Legal trouble. Kemp. Is Kemp going to be governor? Is Kemp going to be governor? Or temporary governor, because they pull him because he illegally did the vote stuff wrong. Ooh. Here's a judge standing before him. The tower, you guys. Swiftness. So he's got the outcome as the Page of Cups, which would mean he thinks he's got it or he's looking at it. Let me look on Abrams. Well, let me look at her cards. Stacey Abrams. Will you be governor? And I was born in Georgia, you guys, so. Of Georgia. I just couldn't handle the humidity. But they're so good, those people. They're so funny. Y'all sit on the porch, you know. You know what? I was talking to so-and-so yesterday. And he said he saw so-and-so at the so-and-so store. And you'd be sitting there waiting, you know. I'm like California, you know, like sometimes I talk 100 miles a minute. What can I tell about Stacey Abrams? Will she be governor of the good state of Georgia? Okay, Stacey. 10 of Pentacles. 6 of Wands. So she's riding on her horse. Here's the offer. Some disappointment, some struggle to get there. I think a judge is going to get involved, you guys. She's riding on her horse. But I would say she's going to get there. There's money that has to be spent to get her there. There's hearings or something, so it might not come as in the way it should have, but she looks, yeah, arrows of success. I would say she's going there. I think there's some legal stuff tied up. I think this guy Kemp is in big trouble. Oh, and did you hear? Even Marco Rubio, you know, about the Florida thing. They're doing a recount. Can you imagine that? Listen, if the other person was winning, they would say, you know, if the other person was winning, they'd say, oh, well, yeah, we need a recount. Because somebody said, who's the guy? Okay, Wilson? Oh, shoot, I'm getting all confused, you guys. So, sorry about that. Let me look real quick. Okay, is it Wilson, Florida? Rick Scott. Rick Scott just filed a lawsuit against Broward County. Oh my God, what a moron. He doesn't want them to recount. Okay, so Mr. Rick Scott, are you going to win Florida? Mr. Rick Scott, are you going to win Florida? Mr. Rick Scott. Are you going to win Florida? Yes or no? Mr. Rick Scott, are you going to win Florida? Anyway, someone on Twitter said, yeah, because Mr. Scott knows how to be, you know, standing upright citizen. He doesn't like deception. Oh, God, he's the most deceptive person on the face of the earth. That's how desperate they are, you guys. Okay, Rick Scott, are you going to be successful in becoming the mayor, or not the mayor, the governor of Florida? Okay. He thinks he has it, you guys. Okay? He can smell it. Here's the loss. Here's the judge again. I'll tell you, these cards are fantastic. Yeah, he's got success with it. God dang it. It is kind of showing who's running against him. Is it Nelson? Let's look at Nelson. But it does look good, okay? I'm sorry to tell you. Dang. Because he's a lowlife. They'll get some stuff on him. But let me look. Nelson, Florida. I should have looked up this before I was, as soon as I got it. Bill Nelson. Is it Bill Nelson, you guys, or no? Who's running against Rick Scott? Sorry, you guys. Yeah, Bill Nelson. I had it right. So I guess Bill Nelson was a U.S. Senator. That's why I got confused. Okay, Bill Nelson. They're going to do a massive recount. I want to know, because right now I'll tell you, what's-his-face thinks he has it in the bag. I want to know, are you going to get the job? Ooh, the success card fell out, you guys. Mm-hmm. Bill Nelson. Bill Nelson, they're going to have a recount. Does that go in your favor? This guy can taste it. And apparently Bill Nelson's attorneys are sitting there too, watching it, like they did with Al Gore. Somebody wrote on Twitter, they just found a box with 5,000 votes for Al Gore. Okay, tell me about Nelson. Nelson, are you going to get there? Nelson, are you going to get there? Okay. Here's the struggle. Not looking good, you guys. Justice, so this definitely going to end up in court. Might even be a woman that decides. Well, by golly. He's got the Ten of Pentacles too. Why would a female have something to do with this? Well, geez, his cards are better than... Bill Nelson's cards are better than the other one. You know, I think the other one is so happy right now. He really, even though there's all this stuff, he's actually thinking that he has it in the bag. And I don't know what kind of sneaky stuff they're planning, but they'll try to do. But I'm almost feeling like the truth is coming through. You know what I'm saying? It's like, boom. Guess what? You can't get away. I don't know if there's some astrological change, but it feels like what goes around comes around. Okay. Now we got to ask about Matt Whitaker. Whitaker. So Matt, are you... He's going into Sessions' job. So what are you going to do? And apparently right when Sessions was leaving, he signed something that you don't need. You know how they say you got to have something in order to arrest someone. You have to have, they up the amount of things you need to show. And then now he got rid of those Obama ones on his way out the door. So he left a lovely gift. He looks like a bozo. I heard whoever that insider that worked with Trump told him to do those interviews and be seen so he would grab Trump's attention. Oh, yeah, he's a great guy. I don't know him. Excuse me. I didn't do anything personal. I'm not asking him to do this. Such a liar. If he's speaking, he's lying. And you know, this guy's an attorney. And you know he's going to get hit, and then they're going to take his license away from him. But I guess for Trump, he'll do it. So this guy speaks with forked tongue, okay? He's actually feeling the pressure. He's like, do I stay or do I run? The White House is kind of hoping the pressure will lighten up. Here's Mueller. Interesting. Here's two strong, powerful men. Could be the two men are fighting about him. A lot of men around this. He may start some stuff, but it's almost like the courts get involved. It could even be Mueller tries to go by the book, but he may say, in actuality, this person could not be considered based on our laws for the succession. He's not going to be considered. He should not be considered. But I'm also feeling, and I heard this last night on MSNBC, but there's indictments, sealed indictments, and that once those are sealed and done, he can still serve them and not go through this other guy, this Matt guy, because you'd have to take it back to court and change the judge's direction. I mean, this is a grand jury and a judge, so it's almost like Mueller knew that he was going to, or this might happen. So they got those indictments all rest to go. You know what I'm saying? They rest to go. Okay, just got to look. Everybody's talking about Don Jr., but since there was a hearing at the appellate court today, I wonder if they gave it a break. But I just got to know, because I'll tell you, I was smelling it. I could feel indictments. So tell us when the indictments, especially for Don Jr., when's the indictments? Because Trump is acting like a guilty man. Did you see how bad he looked in that press corps? He just looked horrible. And already angry, and, the inside scoop in the White House is that he was really pissed with the outcome. I imagine he's more pissed now since more votes are coming in, and they're almost like wanting to stop the new votes coming in. They can't do that to us. But he's the greatest. Okay. Tell me about indictments. Are we going to see something soon? Maybe even before the end of the day. And I heard that even Don Jr. has talked about it, that he thinks they're coming for him. But then I do see Trump going even crazier. And another thing I flashed on is they might get rid of Kellyanne Conway. Oh, and she's going to be pissed. Let me tell you what I just flashed on. And I got to listen to it, because remember I was doing Beto, and then boom, I got this other flash. I almost feel because of what her husband's saying, Trump is like, if you can't get him in line, we don't need you here, or something. And then, of course, John Kelly comes in and asks for her resignation. But she might, remember the woman that might bring Trump down? She might sing. Ooh, 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 ooh. Just FYI, I'm just putting it out there, you guys. Okay, so I got to know. Is there any indictments coming? Is there any indictments coming? Somebody's saying yes to me. Yes, absolutely, 100%. Could be up to 10. Justice will be served, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus, look at this. The people are dancing in the streets. Yes, it's not saying when, though. It's definitely happening, good versus evil, but it's showing 6. So it could be 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 hours, or 6 months. I don't think it'll be that long. Here's another flash I had. This Whitaker, or whatever his name is, Matt. If he goes in there showing his ass to the DOJ, I'm almost feeling a massive walkout. Like maybe a shutdown. Maybe them saying, you suck. No, we're not going to listen to you. So we'll see. I just have to give you my flashes, Because sometimes I'm minding my own business, I get a flash and wished I'd called someone or wrote it down, because sure enough, I'll be doggone. But, you know, it could be my ego mind running and wishing, you know. So, last but not least, let's look at our sweet Ruth Ginsburg. And then I'll be here tomorrow, you guys. Ginsburg. Ruth Ginsburg. What can you tell me about Ruth? She fell and cracked 3 ribs. I thought she had gone home, but apparently she's still under observation at George Washington Hospital or something. Ruth Ginsburg, how you doing, sweetie? Will she be back on track, or is... And listen, when January comes, ooh, look out, Kavanaugh. I'll tell you, they're going for Kavanaugh. And even though Nancy Pelosi, we'll read on Nancy tomorrow, but, you know, kumbaya and let's be peaceful. I mean, I do feel we should be bipartisan so we don't look like the idiots. But I also feel like if you got to go for the stuff that has been illegal and a blatant lie, which is most of the stuff Trump's done. She's got the 10 of swords, you guys, so she is having difficulty. Well, at least she doesn't have the death card. No, okay, so she'll get back to work. She might even be able to work from home for a little bit. Thank you. Thank you. It's just really painful. And, oh, thank you. So it's not showing her being replaced or leaving. It just shows she needs respite and some time. But I feel she'll, you know, like she's the type, she'll be on her deathbed reading briefs. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody messes with Ruth. Ruth, we love you. I know you watch YouTube, and I know I'm one of your favorite people. Mazel tov, my friend. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to end it for today. And I'm actually excited. And remember I told you shock and awe? I'm still feeling it. And I do think people were like bum-kicked. Oh, you know, because I guess they would hope we'd got the other house. But I'm going to tell you, it's happening. Hold on, I just got a flash, you guys. Let's check it out real quick. My friend Daniel sent it to me. Donald Trump played central role in hush payoffs to Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal. Duh! Yeah! Okay. I can't wait. Okay, you guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow. And boy, hopefully tonight we got some juicy gossip. Okay, bye.